So welcome back to another video where a sentient grass man talks to you about redstone stuff. Today we have a giant hidden nether portal 20 blocks long and 21 blocks high. It is so big and beautiful. Push the button and boom, the portal will reveal itself after a little bit of fun lag. And there we go. We have our giant portal. And then push the button again, and it closes. You all saw this in the showcase, so I don't know why I'm showing it to you again. Now, how the heck does this thing work? So there's three main parts of every giant hidden nether portal. First, you have to put out the portal, then you gotta move all the blocks out of the way, and then you have to light it somehow. So that is what I'll be explaining in that order, because that's the order of what things happen in this door. So, when you push this button, first, this piston extends over here, and now we'll activate this piston over here, so it's going to be one ticked by this observer. And when a piston gets one ticked, it will actually give 2 pulses to any observer detecting it. So this water bucket over here will quickly be dispensed and then sucked back in really fast, so it doesn't just spill everywhere. And then we just take that output over here. Now, like I said, it gets double pulse, so first, this piston is going to retract and then extend again, and it's going to power this block, and it's going to power this yellow line. And here we go, we got the first things. So first, we get this piston, it's going to retract this redstone block, and all of this redstone here will deactivate. And all of these redstone dust pieces, things, have observers detecting them like this. And those observers will go into these solid blocks, which are above these note blocks, and these note blocks will update these pistons, and boom, there we go. We have our bottom row of pistons that hide away the wall. And then after that, we have piston over here on this side, and a piston way over here on this side with some soul sand. And that soul sand is going to retract, and it's going to create a bubble column. Now, the cool thing about bubble columns is that they are basically an insta-wire, so that means every single one of these observers will be activated at exactly the same time. It will give a 4-tick pulse through all of these observers, and these observers will double pulse with enough space in between to activate every single one of these double piston extenders. So all of these will activate at the same time. Now, the layout looks complicated, but it's actually really simple. So over here we just have a setup with 4 of the modules creating a 4x4 area. So we push the button and let's just see what happens. So that's the extension, and this is the retraction. So now let's just slow down the game. I don't know, maybe make the TPS 5. I think that was a little bit too slow. So when I push the button, basically what's going to happen is all of these back pistons are going to activate, and they are going to push this segment with the other sticky piston and the observer, and that observer will update and pulse these pistons over here. So let's just click the button and see how slow this thing goes. I clicked it. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know. This game's pretty slow now. There we go. It updates, and then it will retract, and then the pistons will update again. So let's just look at that. It extends, that updates, and then this retracts, and then updates again. Now let's make the TPS higher before this video is just very long. So that is basically how all of these double piston extenders work. They are all being powered by these redstone lines. And then after that, we have a bunch of delay to give enough time for this to retract. And that delay is down here in this 4-tick repeater. Now, like I said, this redstone block is going to retract. So when this retracts, that means this is going to open, so this is going to retract here. So this piston will be able to extend going through this delay, and that will go into this dispenser over here with a flint and steel that is about to die. So that's kind of sad. So that will actually light the portal. And then we just do it all again. So to close it back up, we break the portal with our water at the beginning. We close it all up with the exact same double piston extender. And then over here, now this redstone block will be in this position. This piston will retract, and this time it won't activate anything, so it's only going to light the portal when it can actually light the portal. So that was my beautiful explanation of how this massive portal works. And now you all probably want to build it. So yeah, I'm going to spend another half hour setting this thing up and 2 hours recording it, because I'm probably going to mess up a lot. So yeah, it's tutorial time. So before we start this tutorial, I'm just going to say this now. This is not a bedrock contraption. This will work only in the Java version of Minecraft 1.15 and upwards. So versions 1.15, 1.16, and probably any other future version unless they just kill redstone completely. So yeah, this is how big your space has to be. I'll explain the exact dimensions later, but in this chest, these are all the things you need. This thing is very expensive because it's a very big build. So if you are building this on survival, and if you are, God bless your soul, because you're gonna need like a lot of things. So these are the things you need. These quartz blocks represent just like wall blocks or floor blocks, basically blocks that you can see. And then this cyan wool is just wiring blocks, and then this button's obviously the input. So yeah, this is what you need. So now the space of this thing. This is a pretty big build. This is 24 blocks tall, so 24 blocks tall counting this bottom layer, because you will be putting redstone here, like pistons and redstone on these blocks. So it is 24 blocks tall from that layer all the way to the top of the nether portal. It is 26 blocks long, so it is 26 blocks long starting from here, so one block like beside the portal all the way to here. Now there is two like red bars that I put there, and the reason I put that there is because on those layers you're gonna have blocks over here that contain this water over here. So you could either just have a complete wall here and dig the exact space you need, or you could just dig a bit extra so you have some wiggle room when you build this and just build up some blocks here. So this technically doesn't count towards the volume, but I'm just telling you that now. And this thing is 8 blocks wide, so this is how wide it is, 8 blocks wide. Your wall is going to be over here, so this is where your wall's going to be, and your floor is not going to be here. That's where the pistons are going to lift up. Your floor is going to start over here, one block above this very most bottom layer. So yeah, that is all the space you need. Oh, and the portal, that's a very important part. So the area, the actual purple portal block area, is 20 long and 21 blocks tall, and then the actual portal frame is 23 blocks tall and 22 blocks long, just so you know how much obsidian you need. This is a pretty big build. I don't know, I guess I'll just stay here. Maybe you can pause the video if that's gonna help whatsoever. So yeah, let's actually start this thing. We're gonna start with the layout of this thing. So we're gonna grab our dispensers, we're gonna grab our slime blocks. I guess I'll just grab the entire stack. We're gonna get our sticky pistons, our observers, our wall blocks, and we don't need our wiring blocks just yet. We're just going to place in the layout, and we're also going to need our flint and steel and a water bucket. You're going to need a little bit more than one water bucket. I'm just kind of assuming this water bucket means you have a water source nearby. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put 20 sticky pistons going all the way across your portal, starting from here, and it's going to end all the way over here. So you're going to put 20 sticky pistons facing upwards, so I'm just going to do that all the way till the end. I was on a streak, and now I'm sad. And there we go. Then on top of those sticky pistons, you're going to put in your wall blocks. So these are the blocks that will hide the portal, so I guess make these blocks the same blocks as your wall. And then above that, we're going to have our wall over here. So this is where your wall's going to start. So that's where the bottom layer is going to push up. You're going to go one block above like this, and this is where your wall is going to start on this layer. Oh, also, you're probably going to need terracotta. Yeah, there you go, terracotta for this part. So this bottom layer has to be terracotta or obsidian or any immovable object. I'm just using terracotta since it looks nicer, I guess. You're going to put one dispenser in this corner over here. You're going to fill it with your water bucket, and one dispenser over here, and you're going to fill it with your flint and steel. So the left dispenser has water, the right dispenser has the flint and steel. So we're just going to get rid of this, and now you're going to start with the double piston extender layout. So behind this, you're going to go one block back, and you're going to make a 2x2 area with slime, and then you're going to go to the bottom left corner, so bottom left corner looking at it from this side, and you're going to put a sticky piston facing into it like this, and then go 2 blocks away, and another sticky piston like that. Slime in between, and your observer on top, and then you're going to put in your wall blocks. So this is, if you just have a spare redstone block, I guess, on you, this is what one of the double piston extender modules will look like. Just like that. Now we have to repeat those going all the way to this row. So let's just go like this. We're going to go one block apart like that, we're gonna put our honey this time. So there we go. Observer on top, 2x2 area, and then 2x2 area like this, and then slime again. So do that, and 2x2 area like this, and then observer like that. So that's what your pattern is gonna look like. I guess I'll just either skip ahead or fast forward this part. So I finished the entire bottom row, and this is what it should look like from the back, so kind of like this. So now when you go upwards a row, it's going to be a little bit different. So you're gonna start by putting a honey area instead. So you're gonna make sure it's like a checkerboard pattern, but instead of the bottom left, you are going to go onto the bottom right and put a sticky piston there. Put your honey, then your observer, and then your sticky piston like that. So it's gonna sort of look like this little triangle pattern like that. So we'll just go one block to the side, put our slime, another block, 2x2 slime area, and then that, and then we'll just do it one more time. So piston, honey, piston like that, and then 2x2 area of honey, and then observer. So it should look like this. So now I'm going to continue that. Again, I'm going to skip forward probably. So yeah, I'll see you in another bit. And this is now the second row done. As you can see, it's basically the exact same thing as the first row, except the pistons are they just slid over to one side. So now for the third row, we're basically going to replicate this first row. So now we have honey here, and we're just going to put slime over here, and we're going to put our pistons in the bottom left again. So let me just put my piston here, and my piston behind it like that. Put my slime in between, and my observer. So you kind of get the pattern. I'll just do this 2 more times, I guess. So there's one, there's another, honey, slime, and then piston, piston, and then observer, observer, and then I'll just do this, and I'll just do that, and there we go. Those are your wall blocks. So if I just kind of look in the back, but just by looking at this, I think you can get the pattern. You kind of just replicate it all the way until you fill the entire thing. So now I'm just gonna fill the entire thing. So I'll see you in this is probably gonna take like half an hour now. So I've finished the piston layout over here. As you can see, it's doing like the same slanted checkerboard pattern. So I don't know how long this is gonna take for you. This took me quite a while, so yeah, good luck with that. So now we are going to start with our input. So our input's gonna first power this dispenser over here with the water bucket. So now we're just gonna kind of go in here. We're gonna get our button, our wiring blocks. We don't need our honey and slime blocks or dispensers anymore, I don't think. So let's just keep your observers, get some other redstone things. I think that's all I need. And hold on, you do need, I forgot, one item, guys. One item. One hopper. There we go. You do need a hopper. I'm pretty sure that is the only hopper in the entire build. Yeah, one hopper. I missed one thing. Okay, doesn't matter. So, first thing we're going to do is you're going to go to where the edge of your portal is, and you're going to go one block this way, and this is where your button is going to be. And now, I can't really access that chest now, can I? So, we're going to do one of these. There we go. That works. So yeah, we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go one block away like this, and we're gonna put our button right here. And now behind it, we're going to put a sticky piston facing upwards like this, with an observer on top going like that. And then we're going to take a normal piston, and we're going to put a normal piston facing this way, and then we're going to put an observer coming from it facing downwards, and we're going to get our hoppers, and we're going to put our hopper right there, and an observer going into this dispenser over here. So now if I push this button, you're gonna see the water just go there and quickly turn off. So just like that, that is what should happen. And then we're going to start with our actual inputs to the entire thing. So now you're gonna get your note blocks, which are in my chest again. Where is it? There we go. You're gonna get your note blocks, and you're going to put your note blocks behind these pistons. So we're just going to break all these glass blocks behind the pistons like this, and there we go. And we are going to put note blocks all the way to the end, and there we go. I missed one, dang it. There we go. And now we're going to put observers. Let's see, where do I have to put the observers? Facing into that obsidian. So this might be a little annoying to do, so you might have to make some extra space over here. So for this, I'm just gonna break this obsidian here, and put the observers, oh god, not facing upwards, facing this way like this. Now if you are building this in survival, I guess you'd have to mine all that obsidian or just somehow place the observers like this some other way, but I'm assuming that you're hopefully watching the tutorial before you build it. So I'm just gonna place the obsidian right back like this, all the way here. So now you're gonna take your wiring blocks. So there we go. We're going to put some wiring blocks behind all of these observers. So I'm just going to replace these all with cyan, even though it's not going to really make a difference. So there we go. And we're going to put redstone going all the way to the end. Now you're going to hear all those pistons extend, so just power this once. Just quickly power it and unpower it. That should fix the majority of it, except for like one block at the very end. There we go. So yeah, that is the input for all of these little observer lines. So now let's do the inputs for these pistons. So we're gonna go behind these pistons, and we're just gonna go and put blocks all the way across, and then kind of end it like that. And we're just gonna do that for each row. So do one like this, and then end it there, and go up, and then do it like this, and then end it, and we're just going to do that going all the way to the top. So there we go, that is what your line should look like. So it kind of looks like a little squiggly thing, kind of looks weird. So now we're going to take our observers again, and we're going to put observers like this. So one observer like that, going like that, and then an observer under it like this. So this one's not going to have a block in front, and this one is. So you're going to just put an observer, you're going to alternate between air and observer all the way down the side. So let me just do that. There we go. How? Okay, we're almost done. And there we go. And you're going to do that on the other side. So this side has blocks, so that's going to be a lot easier. So we're just going to do that all the way to the top, like that. So now we're going to put blocks in front of the observers that have nothing in front. So block here, but this already has a block, so we're not going to put it. So we're going to put block, no block, block, no block, block, no block, and you get the idea. So that's what that side looks like, and do it on the other side. So block, no block, block, no block, block, no block, block, no block, block, and no block. So now it should look like this really weird snake pattern going all the way to the bottom. That's so fun, right? And now behind all of these observers, we're going to put 4-tick repeaters. So I might have to break this glass over here. So let me just do that. So yeah, behind these, we're going to just put blocks like this all the way to the top. Are we there yet? No, we're not. And we're going to put 4-tick repeaters going behind them. And my repeaters are gone. I think I just straight up deleted them. That's fun. And we're going to put 4-tick repeaters going like this. And there we go. And then behind these repeaters, we're going to put more observers going like that all the way to the top. Yeah, I know, this build is very repetitive. There's probably a bunch of awkward silence in the final video. That's gonna be fun to watch back. So we can go all the way up like that. And you're gonna do that on the other side. Yay. So you know what? I'll just make this a little bit faster. We're just gonna pillar up all the way to the top. Are we there? No, we're not. And I'm just gonna break every other block. There we go. And then we're gonna put the repeaters just like that. Sometimes I wish you can control middle click repeaters. That would be pretty useful, so I don't have to just spam click all the time. There we go. And then observers going behind them like this all the way to the top. Da, 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 da. We're almost there. Not my inventory. Don't want to do that. There we go. So now this is the part where we're going to put in our water. So you're going to get your terracotta blocks, and we're going to go on this side first, and we're just going to start where this observer is, and we're going to go all the way to the top with terracotta like that. And then we're going to go behind it, and it can be whatever block you want, but just to make the redstone easier to see, I'm just going to use glass. You don't have to use glass, but I'm going to use glass all the way up this side like that. And then on this side, like I said at the very beginning, you could either have like a wall like all the way like that, or you could just have the one pillar going all the way up. So depending on how you dug your space out, you might need to put layer blocks, or you already have a wall there. So that's where one of our water column things are gonna go. So now we're gonna go on the other side. So I'm gonna put our gray terracotta first, all the way up to the top. And then we're gonna put our cyan stained glass or whatever. It doesn't really matter what blocks you use for this part. You do need the terracotta though, and final row of blocks over here. And I did forget one part. You are going to need blocks in between these observers so the water doesn't spill out everywhere. So do that on this side. And I'm going to go back to the other one. This is a lot of fun, repetitive redstone stuff. Yes, yes. And all the way up this side. Just like that. So now I'm just going to quickly check where my soul sand is. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So now we're going to get our soul sand, which is over here. Get your soul sand, and we already have our sticky pistons. So we're going to put our soul sand over here, right there. And then, this might be a thing you might not have, but it's dirt. You're going to put dirt right here. You should all have dirt. If you don't have dirt, then that's kind of sad. And then we are going to get our kelp and our water buckets. So let me just put them over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go all the way to the top and put a water bucket over there, and we're gonna get it, all these repeaters, so fun, to the bottom. And now we're going to go all the way to the bottom, and we're going to put kelp. So I'm just gonna do this, and we're gonna put kelp all the way going to the top. So doing that, and now we're gonna do something interesting. We're going to break the soul sand, and we're going to put our soul sand over here. So, come on. God damn it. There we go. Let me just block that up. So now we have our soul sand there, and if we did it properly, we should see bubble columns. Yep. All of our kelp is shooting towards the top. So there we go. We should get a bubble column. So now, if we just test it again, we get our sticky piston over here. And if we power it, all of these 4-tick repeaters should activate at the same time. So let's just test that. There we go. They've all activated at the same time. And there we go. We can check again. Yep, that seems to all be working. So now, just for safety, we're going to go one block under this. You never know. Maybe sometimes it can spill. So one block under here, block here. And we're going to put another piece of terracotta there. Just so it can be safe somehow if the piston gets spit out or something like that. So now we're going to do that on the other side. Yay, so much fun, repetitive work. So now we're going to put our soul sand. Can you put kelp on soul sand? I'm curious. Let's see. We're going to test things live. Can you put kelp on soul sand? You can. Okay, well that makes it 10 times easier. Okay, so we're going to put our soul sand there. And we're going to put our water. Where's my water? Our water going all the way to the top. Like that, and we're going to go to the bottom of our soul sand, and we're going to put our kelp, and we're going to put it all the way to the top. There we go. And then to just finish it, you can just break this kelp, and all of this should become bubbles. So if you see your kelp bouncing on the top, then you're good. If you're bouncing on the top too, then you're also good. So yay, we did this all correctly. And now we're going to put our sticky piston over here. And oh boom, that's that side. This tutorial is getting very long now that I'm looking at it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a block under this piston. We're going to run to the other side, and we're going to put a block under this piston. Next up, we're going to go and put a block here and a block here, and put 2 more pieces of redstone dust so it goes into that piston. And we're going to do that for the other side as well. So block here, block going up. And that's going to do that. Also, these blocks are going to pop up, so just put them back down like this. So now we're just going to go to the side of the button, and we're going to count 11 pieces of redstone dust. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And on the 11th one, we are going to put our redstone block over here. And then we're going to put our sticky piston behind it like that. I do not know why I crouched, but yeah, that happened. So now what we're going to do, let me just quickly kind of check what the heck is going on here. I don't know, need to refresh my memory a little bit. Okay, I think I remember. So under this hopper, I'm just gonna break these blocks. We're gonna put an observer facing downwards and an observer facing towards the back with a block in front. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a block here with a piece of redstone dust. Make sure it is a cross. Actually, don't know if it matters if it's a cross or a dot, but just make sure it's a cross if you're playing on 1.16. And get your piston and your observer. Come on, can I middle click that? There we go. Piston, observer, put a sticky piston facing this way and an observer facing upwards like that, and put a block going in front of it like this. And then we're just gonna put our wiring going all the way to this piston. So if we just middle click that, there we go, do this going all the way that. So now basically what's gonna happen is, because there's a double pulse over there from that piston being one ticked, this is going to extend and retract its observer, but it's only going to power this line once, and that's what we want. So now, let me see, let me just quickly check. Yeah, okay. We're going to put a sticky piston over here where our redstone block is, and we're going to put an observer going like this. Now, this is the part I forgot. Do not remember how many 4-tick repeaters we have. Yeah, okay. That's how many we have. So, we're going to put a block in front, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another block in front like that. And you are going to put 5 4-tick repeaters going like this. There we go. So beautiful. And let me just quickly check this again. I am very good at doing redstone tutorials, I swear. So now we're just going to swing the signal all the way around. We're going to go right up to the corner and go all the way over here and go a block up. And we're going to just put redstone dust going to all of these blocks. So that's what's going to activate that dispenser with the flint and steel. And we should almost be done. We just need to put our redstone wire over here. So now we're just going to fill all of these lines with the redstone wire. So let's do that. Put redstone dust on all of these. Oh, that did stuff. We'll fix that later. And do that. Pretty sure you didn't do that, but I did, and I'll fix it. So if you do somehow accidentally put redstone dust on your pistons, I'll just show you how to fix it later. There we go. Over here, we're almost done. We're like halfway there. Why did I decide to do a tutorial on something this big and this repetitive? You're just gonna get me placing redstone dust for a very long time. Or I could just skip this entire part of the video, and we are on the last row. Wow, we got there so fast. Last row of redstone dust. And there we go. Finally, so we have redstone dust on all of those lines. Now we're just gonna quickly go to the front. So if you get like stuff like this and you kind of broke it, just quickly break all that honey, because yeah, that's basically what you do. And most you've probably broken is just this piston extending, so not much really is broken, so just place it back and place your blocks back. So that should be everything done, if I remember correctly. So let me just quickly do a check, make sure everything is exactly the same as this one. So that retracts, kind of lags a bit. There we go. Let me just quickly look at the bottom. This is all turned off. Good, good, good. It's all turned off, all turned off, all turned off. Okay, very good. So now this should be the entire thing done. So this is what your portal's gonna look like right now. But if we push the button, it should close. I'm really hoping I built this right. So push the button, that extends, and this wall will be flush. So there we go, we have our wall. Push the button again, and I'm kind of begging that this works. There we go, wall retracts, and we get our nether portal. Yay, I'm so grateful that that worked. Okay, so there we go. That is our hidden nether portal all done. So now if you want to build up a wall, you can place a block here. It's not going to affect anything. It's going into an observer, and you can just place your wall, do whatever you want. I don't know, do whatever, and then your floor would just go over here or something. I have no idea how you're gonna put this in your builds. I don't know. It's your build, not mine. So I'm just gonna quickly go around the frame. There we go, and go all the way around the top like this. And I don't know, go down to the side And that's it. That is the entire hidden nether portal. Now you can replace these blocks with any blocks you want. It can even be glass, it can be non-solid blocks. In this one, I also use staircases, so it doesn't really matter what blocks you use to hide the nether portal. So yeah, that is the giant 20 by 21 hidden nether portal. If you do build this, good luck. This tutorial's long. This will probably take you also forever to build. This took me forever to build in just creative mode. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm going to start dropping things at you. Goodbye. And push the button, and boom. The entire wall goes at the same time, and my game crashed. Okay then.